The next song in our Tortured Poets Department song meaning list is Florida. This is a song about the chaos, beauty, and heartbreak that comes with trying to escape yourself. And this is both kind of metaphorically and literally. Taylor gave an interview where she spoke about the song, and she said that it's really about trying to escape tough situations or heartbreak in order to start over fresh. She was inspired by true crime stories where she noticed a pattern that when people were trying to escape themselves, they were going to Florida. You can beat the heat if you beat the charges too. What does that mean? So what this line is trying to say actually is, if I can get away with my mistakes, then I can handle anything that life throws at me. If you're able to run away with all your legal charges and make it to Florida, the heat of the state is gonna be the least of your worries, because you can make it through anything. They said I was a cheat. I guess it must be true. You know what this line reminds me of actually, and I haven't heard anyone talking about it, but it reminds me of Shake It Off. Taking something people say about you and just going with it. Like, if they say this, then I guess it's true. Showing kind of like a rebellious side of just saying, say whatever you want to say. And my friends all smell like weed or little babies, and the city reeks of driving myself crazy. Here she's emphasizing that everyone in her life is kind of at different stages of life. Like, some have kids, some are still just out partying. Being in this city has driven her crazy to the point that that's all she kind of feels in this city. It reminds her of that side of herself. Essentially setting up a prelude to her wanting to go to Florida to start over fresh. Little did you know that your home's really only a town you're just a guest in. So you work your life away just to pay for a timeshare down in Destin. Here Taylor is saying nothing is permanent, not even what you might view as your home. People here drew parallels to her song London Boy, where she says home is where the heart is, because this works in that context too. Even the person that you think or might view as your home is not always going to be your person. Now, Destin is a popular spring break / tourist destination in Florida. So I've seen some theories that people think that the timeshare part of it is alluring to cheating. But what I think she's getting at here is that people work endlessly and work hard just to go on vacation for a few days at a home that isn't even yours. Is this really making you happy, or are you just conforming to the norms? Florida is one hell of a drug. Florida, can I use you up? So here, Taylor is establishing that she needs an escape from both her mental state, but also her current location. She describes Florida as being a drug and finds herself wondering if it's time for her to take it, to run away, and to start over the same way she has seen it endless times on Dateline. Then we get Florence Welch's verse on the song. The hurricane with my name, when it came, I got drunk and I dared it to wash me away. Barricaded in the bathroom with a bottle of wine, while me and my ghosts, we had a hell of a time. Now here Florence is obviously referring to the Hurricane Florence. That's what she's saying, the hurricane with my name when it came. This was a hurricane that hit the southeastern United States in around 2018, I think. So this line coming from Florence is essentially about self-destruction. So even though she knew that this hurricane was coming, she just got drunk and dared it to do its worst to her. Show me what you got. She locked herself in a bathroom and just drank her worries away. Yes, I'm haunted, but I'm feeling just fine. All my girls got their lays and their crimes, and your cheating husband disappeared. Well, no one asks any questions here. This whole segment here is of course very reminiscent of No Body, No Crime. And in Fortnite, Taylor talks about wanting to kill her ex's wife. But basically what this line is emphasizing here is that rules don't apply in Florida. You can get away with doing so much more in Florida. So I did my best to lay to rest all of the bodies that have ever been on my body and in my mind. They sink into the swamp. Is that a bad thing to say in a song? So my interpretation of this is that Florence did everything she could to take down everyone that she's ever been with. So all her exes, I suppose, that have wronged her. And in her mind, she basically buries them into a swamp. And about 30% of Florida is wetland, so I think this is still kind of keeping into that theme of Florida. And then, of course, she finishes the stanza with that funny self-reflection of like, maybe I shouldn't be saying this on a song. Little did you know your home's really only the town you'll get arrested. This comes back to that idea that home is not always a safe place, but rather it's a place where consequences catch up to you. So you pack your life away just to wait out the shitstorm back in Texas. Now, I'm not entirely sure why she chose to talk about Texas in this line, but I'm very curious. If you guys have theories, let me know. But essentially the line is about avoidance. Instead of dealing with your problems, you run away and wait them out. And then we reach the bridge. I need to forget, so take me to Florida. I've got some regrets, I'll bury them in Florida. Tell me I'm despicable, say it's unforgivable, at least the dolls are beautiful. Fuck me up, Florida. So, as we already established, the narrator is ready to escape to Florida because they are in dire need of a new start. Then she says, tell me I'm despicable and say it's unforgivable. Why does she say that? Because here she's essentially embracing self-loathing. She's willing to accept harsh judgments because maybe it helps her feel released from the guilt. And she's like, just, you can admit that about me and I'll admit it to myself because I'm anyway escaping to run away from exactly this. Now, with the line about the dolls, could possibly be referring to all the beautiful people in Florida. So showing that even though she feels like there's a lot of negativity surrounding this move, she's like, well, at least there's this. If you have other theories on that, let me know. And the phrase "fuck me up" really shows her desire to go for like chaos. Like she really wants to be consumed by the whole experience. Then we get the same line again with like a little bit of variation. So she finishes, what a crash, what a rush, fuck me up, Florida. Again, really embracing wanting that chaos. And we move to the final part of the song. It's one hell of a drug. It's one hell of a drug. Love left me like this and I don't want to exist. So take me to Florida. So this last line kind of ties it all together, I would say. Everything we've talked about so far about wanting to escape to Florida and like your home not always being your home, but rather being the place where things catch up to you, and how heartbreak can also play a role, that your partner might not always be your partner. And so that part of the metaphor about it being about love comes into play here in this last line. Love left me like this. So love left her in a state that she could not handle. And the desire to run away and not have to deal with what comes after a breakup. She's in so much pain, she doesn't even want to exist anymore. So she's reaching the point where a new identity is like what seems like the best option for her. And that is it for the lyrics of Florida. If I missed anything, please let me know because I love talking about this stuff. And as always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!